I've analyzed hundreds of the top listings on Airbnb and found the perfect listing that is able to get 10 times more bookings. This is so important because on average, over 98% of people who view your listing on Airbnb will not actually end up booking with you. Now I'm gonna show you this perfect listing so you can copy it, get way more bookings by getting wishlisted thousands of times. Step 1, go to the top left corner and hit the red X button to exit off of Airbnb. Bruh. That's right, the perfect listing is not on Airbnb or VRBO or booking.com. Nope, the perfect listing is on Instagram. What? But Instagram isn't even a vacation rental site. Oh, but it actually very much is. In fact, several of the vacation rentals that I manage get over half of all their bookings from Instagram. And this is one of my best kept marketing secrets.
Okay, now you can't keep a secret because you just
You see, Instagram gets 10 times more people per day than the number of people who are even using Airbnb. And one of the most popular types of content on Instagram is travel content. In fact, studies show the majority of people who book a getaway start by browsing travel inspiration on social media first. So you could literally capture limitless customers before they even get to Airbnb or VRBO. And I actually do mean capture, because the best part about this platform listing is the views you get on your Instagram listing lead to follows, which are similar to getting wishlisted on Airbnb, only a lot more common and significantly more valuable. In fact, getting wishlisted on Airbnb is not even that useful. It's really only meant to help people narrow down their search for a specific vacation. After that, it basically means nothing. And so if you weren't the one that got booked, then they'll most likely never see your place again. But when people discover your vacation rental on Instagram, they're way more likely to follow you, and then it doesn't even matter if they book with you at that moment. That's because once they followed you, they can continue to see enticing pictures of your property until eventually they're inspired to make a booking with you in the future. And this is game-changing because studies have shown on multiple occasions that for a customer to buy with you, they need to become familiar and establish trust. And according to the mere exposure effect, all you have to do to become familiar and build trust is just continuously expose yourself to your customers. That didn't sound right. And this is why big brands will spend millions of dollars to continuously put their ads in front of people every single day, despite not even leading to an immediate purchase. And so what these studies have found is that customers on average need about 8 touch points with your business before actually buying with you. And this is likely part of the reason why over 98% of people who view your listing on Airbnb will not actually make an immediate booking with you because it's often their first time ever seeing your listing. This is why I believe Instagram follows are so important, because they allow you to continuously promote your Airbnb to reach the 8 or more touch points required to get them to finally make a purchase.
David.
For instance, take a look at this vacation rental. They've grown their following to over 17,000, which is most likely going to be a combination of people who are interested in their property and destination and past guests who've stayed with them before. Now, don't get me wrong, 17,000 is really good, and it might seem like a lot, but it's actually really doable.
We grew from 0 to 50,000 in 7 months. We've done like 400,000 of direct bookings just from social media, Instagram as the funnel.
What?
In fact, several of the properties that I manage have gotten to the 15 to 20,000 mark. And I'm gonna share some of the fantastic strategies that we've used for both growing an Instagram following and turning that following into more bookings. Now, looking at this example, what this essentially means is they have over 17,000 potential guests who are interested in their property enough to follow it, and then constantly seeing inspiring getaway content that's enticing them to wanna book a stay there. Now, do you have any idea how powerful that is as a business asset and a competitive advantage over your competition? For this place to get 100% occupancy based on a 2-night minimum, which a lot of places like this have, they would only need to get 180 guests to book with them in a given year. So with a following of almost 18,000 people, that means that of an already interested audience, throughout an entire year of seeing nice photos of your property, exciting things to do in the area, and even sharing happy testimonials from guests who've loved their stay there, you would only need to convert 1% of this nearly 8 18,000 following in order to be fully booked. Not only that, but what we've actually found is that guests that book with us through Instagram are always way better guests. This is because they often treat your place way better because they've slowly built up an appreciation for it over time, and they've been engaging with you through your content, and so they're much more likely to leave a positive review and book with you again several more times. That means that when more of your guests are coming from your Instagram following, instead of strangers browsing on Airbnb, you're much less likely to get disrespectful guests who treat your place poorly or throw parties. Now, hopefully you're starting to see how something as simple as listing your vacation rental on Instagram, posting content, and growing a following could single-handedly carry your entire business. So how do you get an Instagram listing that gets thousands of followers and fully books your property? Well, I've broken it down into 3 basic steps. Now, before I get into this strategy, if you're liking this video, it would be a huge help if you could just hit the like button to help me win over the YouTube algorithm.
Not enough, is it?
So step 1 is to create an Instagram page for your Airbnb, but to set it up like a vacation rental listing. Now, looking at this particular example, you can see they've actually designed their Instagram account to be a listing for their property with a profile picture, a title name, description, photos, and even reviews. Now, this isn't exactly what we found to be a perfect structure for your Instagram listing, but they do have a lot of the most important elements here. What's important is that you organize the page in a way that efficiently displays all the information required for a guest to make a booking and highlights all the features that your property has to offer.
This place has everything. The magazines at Supercuts, Dan Cortez.
What makes Instagram so brilliant too is they offer the ability to add way more customization than the other listings that typically constrain you to the same basic details that every other listing has. For example, instead of having basic text reviews that have become somewhat mundane and less impactful these days, you can have a review folder that features actual picture reviews of guests showing their appreciation while staying at your place. These are way more powerful than just a small written review, and these visual testimonials have even been shown to dramatically increase the conversion rates for online businesses and sales pages. You can even enhance your listing by providing detailed guides on things to do in the area. This is another powerful tool for marketing your place, as it also gives them reasons on why they should travel to your location. Then for viewers to book with you, you could just provide a link in the bio description. I like to use Linktree so that you can allow people to book your place from whichever listing platform they prefer if you're listed on several, or better yet, through your own direct booking website, which saves you and the guest commission fees. Now, as for the exact template structure you should use when laying out your vacation rental Instagram listing, I've actually created a free resource for this on the anatomy of the perfect Instagram listing. So if you want a copy of this free guide, I've left a link in the description below for you to download and have and use as a reference while you're setting up your Instagram page. I highly recommend you follow this format, as we found it not only helps get more followers, but more bookings as well. Now, step 2 is growing your following. Now, I'm sure this is what most people are interested in, but also most skeptical about at the same time. Can you really grow a following to several thousand or even tens of thousands? And if so, how much work is it gonna be? Well, I'm gonna show you several tactics that anybody can use to quickly and easily grow Instagram pages for vacation rental. Number 1, first and foremost, is to make sure you're getting all the guests who stay with you to follow you on Instagram and tag you in all their pictures. These are the most valuable customers because they're much more likely to turn into repeat guests who book with you again and again in the future. Plus, getting them to tag you in their posts and stories can be the best source of referral marketing and give you content that you can reshare and use as review testimonials. Some of the basic ways to get your guests to follow you on Instagram is to either send them a link during the booking process or have it written down somewhere in the Airbnb or even on a guidebook if you have one. But my personal favorite, which we find works best and can be fully automated, is by using a Wi-Fi login prompt. You know that page that pops up when you go to log into the Wi-Fi at a hotel or restaurant? Well, you can easily set this up at your property and then make it so that the first page they get directed to after connecting to the Wi-Fi is your Instagram page. Method number 2 is to insert multiple travel hashtags and tag local blog accounts in all of your posts. Method number 3 is to actually promote posts on Instagram. So if you don't want to wait for your account to organically grow, then Instagram has a paid tool for boosting a post so that it gets pushed in front of hundreds or even even thousands more people. You can even use this tool to set specific targeting so that it only puts your posts in front of your ideal audience, whether that's a certain location or a desired age range, so that you know you're not targeting younger people who might party. Method number 4 is by far my favorite and one of the biggest advantages that we have as hosts for growing an Instagram page. Giveaways. Nothing can convert a viewer into a following faster than a giveaway can. What's even better is you can actually use calendar dates that are harder to fill, like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which they'll be happy about because they're winning it for free.
Look, it wasn't my worst Wednesday night.
This way, rather than slashing prices just to try and fill these difficult dates, you can use these days to potentially get hundreds more followers from them instead. And to amp up this promotion even further, we'll often reach out to a local travel blogger and then partner in this giveaway so that they share it on their Instagram account and then require all participants to tag both accounts, both theirs and ours, in order to enter. This is a great win-win because you get massive exposure with an audience that already is interested in travel, and they get a free giveaway to give to all their followers. So that leads us to the last step, which is to actually leverage this audience to get more bookings for your Airbnb. Now, it's important to note that you don't actually need thousands of followers in order to get a booking. You can actually get a booking from even 10 followers. The demand just obviously scales up according to how much you're able to grow your audience. But to get bookings, you're gonna wanna start by regularly posting content, inspiring people to wanna visit your location and stay at your place. Now, for the best results, I'd recommend posting at least once per week and then posting a few stories throughout the week as well. This can be as simple as posting one of your Airbnb photos, or even following a travel blogger and then reposting some of their content about things to do in the area. But the best way to post regularly is to actually just build up a massive stockpile of content from your property and then just store it in a folder for whenever you need to draw from it. You can actually build up this stockpile of photos by just going to the property and then taking a picture of anything you can think of. And then you could just take a few hours on a Sunday afternoon, create countless post variations from this stockpile of photos, and then schedule these to automatically go out over the upcoming months. Now, what is the best way to prompt your followers to make a booking? We find the best way is actually posting a story with a reason to book right now, and then posting a booking link in that story. You could even prompt them to book specific calendar dates that you're trying to get filled, and then have your booking link directly lead them to your listing with those exact same dates already pre-selected. In fact, this works so well for filling specific calendar dates that we find this completely removes the stress of filling last-minute cancellations. Now, we all know the dreaded feeling of when a guest cancels their booking out of nowhere last minute and leaves you with a prime weekend being completely vacant. And Airbnb is even making this worse by continuously easing cancellation restrictions in favor of the guests. But with a large following, you could instantly book up any weekend just by posting a story about a last-minute calendar opening with a link to book it. This makes stressing over cancellations a thing in the past, because after all, if they don't want it, I'm sure one in the 17,000 people following you will want it. Again, just another reason why having an Instagram listing for your vacation rental can be one of the most valuable assets for your business. Now, if you're getting value from this information, or even just enjoying the videos, then be sure to subscribe to see more content just like this.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yes for me. Yes for me.
You've got 4 yeses. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And if you like the idea of growing real assets like an Instagram following that can drastically grow your business, then you're gonna wanna learn how to grow the most valuable asset for vacation rental businesses. And I teach you all about this in this video right here, so be sure to watch that next.